Okay, what's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. Might be one of the final videos of this tactical side of it. We're coming close, ever close to the end of FIFA 22. Normally about this time of the year, they release update on the pitch notes. You've probably seen the gameplay already of FIFA 23. And this is when we start changing the tactics over. Now, while I'm going to show you these tactics, not much has changed. So feel free to just copy them and I'm going to go through them slowly. But I'm more going to tell you on how we're going to adapt. Now, every FIFA, as I said, just copy these tactics. I'll leave it in the background. I'm not going to speak about it too much because it's pretty much the same every week. And it's not that much change. But every FIFA, when the new FIFA comes out, you basically want to change your tactics to a very balanced state. When the meta comes out and the meta tactics come out, I'll release them after doing some testing. Now, to be quite candid, it's 1st of August, very, very soon, in a couple of hours. We're talking about a month away from FIFA 23 now, and certain things change. Certain things like the 4-2-3-1, they will always be in the game. But for example, build up, play, chance creation, is there going to be something new? We don't know. So whereas long ball and forward runs will probably still work, will it be as effective as like a new one called, I don't know, mix play? We don't know. So a lot of these things, the formations like the 4-2-3-1, they still stay in the game. And you're going to see, watch first week, I guarantee you, both the 4-4-2 and the 4-2-3-1 will be in the meta formation straight away in the first week. We do have a 3-4-1-2 and a 5-3-2. Now, I think this is kind of the pinnacle. I do think the 3-5-2 is better, personally speaking. I've been using the 3-4-1-2, and I think most of you guys will agree the 3-5-2 is more stable. You have two CDMs, not two centre mids. But yes, I lose one or two more games. Out of 10, 15, or let's say 15 games, I might lose one or two more with a 3-4-1-2. But how fun it is and how the centre mids are much more forward ahead and how much better you are at scoring goals is just too good to say no. So that is why I'm probably going to stick with the 3-4-1-2. If you do come into my streams now and you do see me just playing, experimenting of a title update number 14, because I don't think there's going to be any title updates after this, from my understanding. So I think, to be honest, 3-4-1-2 is the way to go. If you do like the 3-5-2 instead, just replace. As I said, what you can do is you can put one of the strikers on comeback and defense. Don't forget that makes you defend in a midfield 3. Don't forget, because you've got no CDMs, at least with a midfield 3, you can kind of defend in a 5-3-1, which is a bit more defensively stable. But I don't think this will change. We've got one of the players on get forward. As I said, if you're not comfortable with this, just put him on stay back, guys. Put him on stay back, and you can always trigger him if you want to yourself manually. The overlaps work particularly well in this FIFA, and that is why I personally have gone with long ball. Remember, slow build up play you can still use if you want to. Then we go to the 5-3-2. And the reason why I say this is because I wasn't really sure to put the 5-2-1-2 here or the 5-3-2. The reason I went with the 5-3-2 is got a bit of a different dynamic compared to the 3-5-2, because you can argue on paper the difference between this and the 5-2-1-2 is what? Just wider left mids and right mids, left backs and right backs, just a bit wider. Is it open a different dimension of play? Yeah, of course. The left mid and right mids are more involved in the 3-5-2 or the 3-4-1-2. But you could argue the 5-2-1-2, it's so close. So although I would play the 5-2-1-2 here, the exact same tactics, but with the 5-2-1-2, you can copy these with the 5-3-2. Fast build-up play is very, very important. You can use long ball if you want to, but do not use slow build-up play on this one. And then in instructions, stay central, stay forward. If you have a cam, put him on stay forward, get into the box for a cross. You're playing in the 5-2-1-2. And the way I've done it is I have both the left centre mid and the right centre mid, both of them on cover centre, get into the box for a cross, get forward. And the centre mid at stay back while attacking, stay on the edge of the box and cover centre. If you're playing the 5-2-1-2, then have the two strikers on stay forward, as I mentioned, cam on stay forward, get into the box for cross, and both the centre mids on stay back while attacking, cover centre. That's the way that I will do it. Left back and right back, you don't need no overlap, don't forget, because people will be, oh, should I just put overlap? No, you don't need to, because you have the 5-2-1-2 anyway, and they're so close to the left centre back and right centre back, you don't really need to. You can if you want to, but I don't do it. The rest on default, and the left back and right back, of course, on join attack, conservative and overlap. And don't forget, if you do know how to use the D-pad tactics, you don't need join attack. You just need a stay back while attacking, and of course you can always use a D-pad tactics, attacking fullbacks to override that. So if you use attacking fullbacks in game, even though these both on stay back while attacking, they're still going to go forward manually themselves. So you don't need them to be on join. You can do them. You can either do them manually On stay back, just attacking fullback, stay back tactic, or just leave them on join the attack, which makes it much easier, I think, for the average person that watches this video who doesn't know what D-pad tactics are. And while I'm at this part of this video, I might as well sponsor plug in my FIFA School Series. Now, this is very important, guys. From what we have been told, new gen and old gen are going to be different, okay? So, all these videos that I made from, I don't know how many, it might be probably the most elaborate FIFA School Series, I think that's probably on the internet. All the videos from FIFA 20, 21, and 22, all those videos, I think will apply to old gen. I don't know what they've done to old gen. I have no idea. I've never played it. Time will only tell when that will come out. But all these videos will apply for. I know there's certain things, like as you saw in the picture notes, technical dribbling, it's only on new gen. So as I go forward my FIFA School Series, what I will do is I'll just focus on new gen, but I'll do a bit of old gen as well. But I'll primarily be focusing on new gen, because I think most of these videos, to be honest, for those of you that are part of the series, you'll know, even if you watch all FIFA 20 videos, basically 99% of the videos apply FIFA 22. It's because it's the same game. It's about the basics. People always think it's like the game is so different every single year. No, it's not. It's because everyone teaches the game in terms of the meta. What's the mechanic abusing? Learn FIFA the right way, the good way. You never have to adapt after that. Remember that. You never have to adapt after that if you learn the basics. But of course, you can jump to my FIFA School Series, patreon.com/NealGuides. We're still focusing on defending principles going into FIFA 23. Of course, skill moves. There's new skill moves that come into 23 that we can't really do. Of course, but there's the ball turn that you might have seen. And of course, I go over some of the new things in title update number 4, the new shooting meta, the low drivens, and the left stick dribbling, and of course, just general defensive gameplays and all these other plays. Link is down below in the description for that. And that's actually a very interesting thing I wanted to mention while we just swiftly move in. Don't forget, a link is down below in the description for that. And if you don't get bet after 1 month, I'll refund your money. That is, of course, the NealGuides guarantee. I always offer that service. Then we go to the final one, the 4-2-4. The 4-4-2, which is basically with constant pressure. It is basically a 4-4-2. Don't get this confused. People always say, "Oh, is it something different?" It plays like a 4-2. It plays like a 4-4-2 with just a left wing and a right wing, just a bit more attacking. It's the exact same thing. What I wanted to say is we want to focus after this week. I would label the video the same thing, the same series. We want to focus on going a bit more to balanced tactics, and the reason why I say this is, you have to remember the players that you have now, the 98, the 93s, the 94s, when the next FIFA comes out, those players are not going to have those stats. So gameplay is going to change dramatically. You know, if you're thinking about, your 2 center mids making these disgusting runs that maybe your goal player didn't do in November, that's not going to happen when 23 comes out. I mean, I know they mentioned some stuff in AI changes and attacking changes and stuff like that. And of course, there's new mechanics. You have technical dribbling and stuff like that. And of course, we don't know how the game is. But a lot of these things, you have to focus on the basics coming towards the end of the year. This is my anti-kickoff tactic. I don't really use it. This is just like, when we know my opponent kicks off first. It's my balanced tactic, the anti-kickoff tactic. And I got, as you can see, center mid on drop between defenders and everyone else on stay back. So normally how this is, I start normally on this formation. If I'm winning, I would stay. I mean, you can start on a 40-2. Think about this. Simple as it is, 4-1, you incrementally go up. If you need to desperately win or you're losing, you need to come back. If you want to manage the game, you can stay around these two. And if you just want to close the game out, 4-2-1. Let's just keep it at this. Let's end it on a good note. Keep it very, very simple. So that is how it's going to be. So as I mentioned to you, a lot of these players, whereas they were very powerful and even are powerful now, when the game comes, 23 eventually comes out, you have to reset yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of have like a cool down tactic setup where we're going to progressively go from balance. Now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on basic mechanics, guys, because let me tell you, I'll release this 42 on video in the first week because I know without even playing any FIFA, it will always be the, unless like they did like what they did in FIFA 20 where they nerfed the 4-2-3-1 a little bit, which I think they did, but the CDMs how they're positioned, it will always be the best formation in the game, period. Always will be. So we need to learn these mechanics. If you want to be ahead of the game, let's go down to balance style. Let's focus on the L1 triggers. Let's get ourselves ready for 23 and not being reliant. Because as I said, the 3-5-2, whether it's meta or not now, it might not be meta next year. It might be. I might play it on the first day. I might tell you it's meta. But we don't know. And the truth is, at the end of the day, it falls down to 2 tactics, right? the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-4-2, or if you want to call it 4-2-4, it's a different variation of it. Those are two formations every single year, 4-4-2 and 4-2-1, that are always very meta. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a cooldown period. We're going to break it down. We're going to have two variations, the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-4-2. And then we're going to start training with those. And we're going to go through those from next week, guys. That's next week. And we're getting close to the Premier League as well. I've got another series as well coming up for you, a tactics series for Arsenal matches. So that will be very, very interesting. So let me know if you want to see that. I'm actually going to go to the Arsenal games and actually kind of make a tactical video after based on their performance. So I'll let you know in regards to that. But anyway, that is a tactical setup. That is the final series for this. And what I'll do is I'll just name the title in the video the exact same so you know what's coming next week. But we'll just go for the cooldown period. So if I refer back to this video in my future videos, now you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, this video is, of course, sponsored by us, again, myself, my Patreon series, patreon.com/NealGuides. Link is down below in the description. As usual, all the videos from 20, 21, 22, every mechanic you need to know, when to win weathers, skill moves, what change tactics in game, third man creating space, and videos like these, by the way. I just wanted to say something, by the way. These videos, although they take a long time to understand, try to experiment with so loud. Try to experiment, as I said, with different playstyles yourself, because people always say to me, do you have to play one way? I teach FIFA in a very basic way, because the idea is if you teach someone the foundations, you can then spam headers if you want to, abuse mechanics, or you can dribble if you want to. But the key thing is learn that foundation. So if you don't have that foundation yet, try to focus on those foundations as we come to the next couple of weeks. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.